everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things not worth focusing on. I am your host, PP Bliss, or as I am known in the real world, Ben. And I am joined, as always, by my good friend, the Chubby Pirate, a.k.a. Noah.
Hello, Ben. It's very good to be here on the show this week. We're recording earlier. I'm ready for a reserved show with some thoughtful dialogue about the state of our country.
Yes, I'm so honored to have you here. And our special guest this week, joining us from the white sands of Machu Picchu, it is Straight Bala.
Go ahead, make my day.
Oh.
That was a Ronald Reagan reference.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is he from the white sands of Machu Picchu? Do they have white sands in Machu Picchu?
No, it's a mountain range, but it's okay.
Oh.
I forgive you.
Oh no. What's your actual name? Because I didn't say it.
I don't know it either, actually.
It's Michael. Michael's our special guest this week. We are talking as if we are having an NPR show because we really want to have an NPR show. We're trying to sell this currently to National Public Radio. The current offer is 25 cents. Because that's NPR's entire budget.
Let's take it.
Yeah, I'd take it.
Are we actually going? I'm confused. What's happening?
I think
right
we
now?
are actually going,
okay,
but
cool.
I
Keep
just
going.
I just
All right, no, roll on.
I just lost
No,
my
it's good.
NPR voice. Anyway, yeah, welcome to the show that focuses on things not worth focusing on. Ben, Noah, Michael, we're all here on this lovely Monday, a very cold Monday for part of the country, and I'm sure a temperate Monday for other parts of the country. I don't know. I don't know what the weather's like where you are. Yeah. I guess we're going to go into... Does anyone have anything else they want to say at the top of the show before we get right into it?
I didn't realize we were going, so I went off script. But I wanted to say huge congrats to Daniel on last week's show. Just crushed it. It was so fun to listen to. We talked about, talked about semicircular canals, and then you ended up talking about lobsters and pants. So, I mean, you covered the whole gambit, guys. But yeah, Daniel, nice job. And to the other hosts as well. We hope you guys come back, because it seems to be a one and done thing. So...
We've never let somebody come back.
No, yeah, big congratulations to Daniel. This is actually, we're just telling Michael that he's been fired this week, but that's going to come later. What?
We got an exclusivity deal with Daniel. We're the only podcast he'll be on.
But the deal was we had to get rid of you, Michael.
That's okay.
That was in his contract. He's like, I will not be on a show with Michael.
He's like, I can't stand that guy. I've never met him before, but I don't like the looks.
Was part of his contract also saying I'm the least racist person in the room, or was that just bonus?
No, that's just a bonus.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that all aside, we're going to jump into our weekly updates, and I am first this week for the first time ever. It makes me feel so special to be going first, and I want to talk about my beautiful car, whose name is...
I'm in love with my car.
Oh, I'm not. My beautiful car's name...
Did you lock yourself out again?
No, I did not. So Michael knows this story, but you do not, Noah. Yesterday, and by yesterday I mean Friday, was National Make a Difference Day. And my team at work decided we were going to go volunteer for a organization in our area. So I decided I would drive because I had to go somewhere right after work. So I'm like, I'll take my car. Other people were taking their cars because we had to load stuff up and they had larger vehicles. So I was like, does anyone want to ride with me? And my coworker, Abigail, she was like, yeah, I'll ride with you. So we picked up breakfast, and then we went to go to the facility. And note that my car has had an exhaust leak that I have known about for a little while, and I've just been saving up money to get it fixed. I was going to turn out of the parking lot and accelerate to catch up with my supervisor because I was just going to follow her to the place we were volunteering. And I accelerate, and I just hear, and then pop, and then, and nothing like performance-wise happened to my car. And for whatever reason, I thought this whole thing was hilarious. So I just started laughing, like right as this happened. And Abigail, who was in the car with me, she's like, "What's going on? What's the matter with your car?" And I'm like, "Oh, don't worry. I think my exhaust just fell off." So we pull into a parking lot, and I get out. I look under my car. Sure enough, my exhaust is laying on the ground. Well, not laying. It's still like propped up a bit, but most of the exhaust is dragging on the ground, and that's what the noise was. And as I'm out of my car looking at it, this guy pulls up next to me, and she goes, "Hey, do you guys need any help?" And it's a guy and a gal, and I was like, I do need some help, but I'm not sure if it's the type of help you can give me, because my exhaust is on the ground. And he goes, "Well, I got some tools, so why don't you pull up around there where it's more open?" So I'm like, all right. So I pull my car around to where there's more open parking spaces. And he got there before I did. And he had set up these two, like, car chalk looking things that you would stick underneath your car, but they were much taller. And I can't remember what they're called.
Rhino ramps. Rhino ramps. And I was like, okay, this guy came to play. And he was like, just drive up on top of those. So I drive up, prop my car up, and I get out. And this guy name's Kyle. Their names are Kyle and April. They're very kind. And I was talking to him like, yeah, I was driving. The exhaust fell off. And he's like, all right. So he like lays down a mat. He gets under my car and starts looking at it. And April, the girl, she's like, yeah, we're actually a mobile auto repair service. And we were just driving next to you.
You're going to get charged a bunch of money, aren't you?
No. We're a mobile auto repair service. We were driving next to you and we heard the sound and we saw you put your hazard lights on. So we're just like, hey, we should pull over and help them. So they followed me into the parking lot and he's just like, yeah, your exhaust failed. Obviously, I don't have the stuff to fix that right now, but I have some wire I can use to tie it up to the car so it's not dragging and you can drive it somewhere. So he does that and he's like, I'm actually going to an auto parts place later. I can look at the parts that you would need and give you a quote on how much it would be to fix it. And I was like, that would actually be great. So he does that and he's like, we actually just started this mobile service this week. That's why we don't have like any signs on our car that would have told you. He's like, we just started this week. I've been a auto mechanic for 10 years in Georgia, but we just decided to move here and decided to make this thing. And we just like helping people. So we're probably not going to charge you that much. He didn't even want to charge me for tying the exhaust, and I was like, no, give me your PayPal, please, so I can pay for this.
Your PayPal?
Your PayPal. I can't speak. And so yeah, and he is like, yeah, just so spread the word about our service, which I'll do. It's KISS Mobile Auto Repair, KISS Mobile Auto Repair. Just figured I'd put that out there on our podcast if you need auto repair help. And he was like, just spread the word, do what you can. And I was like, does he know that he just pulled over to help an entire team of social media managers? Because that's literally our job. But okay, we can do that. And so he drives off, and he sends me a quote later for how much it would be to fix it, and it was $400 less than what I was quoted earlier.
Wow.
To fix. So yeah, that's my car story. That's the most interesting thing that's happened to me this past week. It was actually super cool.
Well, that story had a twist ending because I was going to say it sounds kind of like an angel situation where like an angel pulled over to help you fix your car because that sounds so convenient. But with you saying that you guys were all like social media people, it sounds like maybe you guys were the angels and you just saved his business.
No, I mean, it sounds like his business is doing well because he was like, I'm going to auto parts store so I can rebuild a Mazda suspension later. And I was like, I didn't even know you could rebuild a suspension.
I didn't even know Mazdas had suspensions.
Oh.
Ooh, Mazda shade. But yeah, so that's my weekly update.
Can you tell the karma part? I thought that was important.
Oh, that is an important part. So as I'm riding in my coworker's car, because they pulled over to pick me and Abigail up, they were like, only you, Ben, would have your car break down but have it be right next to the only person who could have actually helped you. Like, right next to a mobile auto repair service. And, like, you must be, like, the luckiest person I know. And another one of my coworkers is like, you must have, like, the best karma ever. And Abigail, who was in the car with me, she just goes, it's the Holy Spirit. And I'm like, dang straight it is.
Well, I can tell my story about two interesting men that came over to my house last night.
Jenkins.
And if you know how this story ends...
That's a bad way to start a story.
If you know how this story ends, try not to spoil the ending. This these two people showed up at our house last night. Jesse and I were just wrapping up dinner, and they came in, and one of them had a suitcase that he was wearing on his front at certain parts of the evening for some reason.
I don't like this story at all.
That's weird.
He pulls this suitcase, or he pulls something out of this suitcase, and it turns out to be a clarinet. And we all go down to the basement, and this man puts on a surprise clarinet concert for us, which was really amazing. Very, very talented young clarinetist. And we all sat and we laughed and we cried together. And he brought me a Clue Finders computer game. And if you don't know Clue Finders, they were like educational computer games from the 90s that I actually really like. And initially, I was really grateful because I was like, wow, how did you even know that I like Clue Finders? And I used to have this game, but I lost it. And then it turned out he was just kind of looking around his room and looking at something to give me that he didn't want anymore. And so that weakened the story a little bit, but I was still appreciative of the Clue Finders. Looking forward to playing through that. Maybe he'll play through it with me. The other guy at this house had also heard that I liked nerds because of this podcast and having done nerd shots on the podcast. So he comes in and he brings me a million nerds, just a giant bag of individual bite-sized, fun-sized nerds of the grape and strawberry varieties. And he was there for the clarinet concert. We played Jackbox for several hours. Just a really, really fun night. But the twist to the story is the two men were Ben and Michael.
I don't think anybody saw that coming. But which one of us plays the clarinet? You'll never know.
You'll never know until we release our clarinet version of the old rugged cross.
Yeah. Performed by one of us.
Somebody.
Well, thank you for having us. We're actually going to post a photo from that evening. Us hanging out, all masked, distant, having a wonderful time. Yeah, and thank you for hosting us, having us over, Noah. We're very appreciative.
Yes.
And for the brownies.
Mm-hmm, which are actually sitting behind me.
Yeah. Michael got sent home with the brownies.
I was voluntold to take the brownies.
Yeah, I said Michael should take them home because I'm trying to watch my figure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, same.
Yeah. But I'm trying to fatten Michael up.
I actually did an ab workout yesterday morning, so I feel fine eating them because I'm going to run right after this anyway. So I am just burning off the calories so I can shove brownies down my gullet.
That's the only reason I would exercise, honestly. There's no other good reason to exercise.
Well, anyway, it was a really fun night. We had a really good time. And well, go check Instagram, noodles.at.noon, and you'll see a very distraught Ben, just head in his hands, sitting on a cajon while Michael and I try to make some semblance of music in the background.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it's my turn. Right. Cool. So 3 mini stories, guys. 3 mini stories. First, we're going to start with books. I finished up the Michael Jackson autobiography, I think a couple weeks ago, but it was good. It was emotional. It's kind of sad that everything that he didn't want to become, like dying under the influence of drugs or something, is something that happened to him. And then he never got the family that he wanted to have. So that was sad, but it was still a really good book and I enjoyed reading that. But now I have a new book called The Art of Possibility. I'm holding it up like anyone could see it and you can't. And this is by Ross and Ben Zander. He's a conductor of the Boston Philharmonic. And it's a book about opening up your life to anything that's not what they call the downward spiral or the upward spiral, where someone always loses and someone always wins. So they're talking about breaking away from that system. And unfortunately, the education system is built on the upward and downward spiral. So it's going to be a good read. I'm only 36 pages in so far. But the interesting thing is on the front, there's a quote by an MD who I looked up, and she has many beliefs I don't agree with, but one of them is she's anti-Semitic. So I don't know why they chose her to put on there. I don't know if that's a recent development that she's anti-Semitic. So I'm weary of reading the book with a quote from a medical doctor that holds those beliefs on the front. I'm sure they didn't know what they were doing, but I don't know. Regardless, that's a thing. But
Just cover your bases.
Yeah, I'm coming with an open mind to the book. If I want to hate it, I'll hate it. If I want to like it, I'll like it. But I'm trying to not let that quote on the front affect me. It's a nice quote about the book, but she has some kind of hateful beliefs which are kind of messed up. But
does MD stand for Michael Douglas?
Medical doctor. Doctor. That's why I snuck that in there. All right. Story number 2. Let's talk about engagement. I did an engagement photo shoot for a friend and her fiance.
Rats, we thought you were engaged.
No.
I was so excited.
No, stop.
I'll put away my party poppers.
So I think it was Wednesday. We went out to Ben's old college town, actually, and did some photos out there. But unfortunately, due to the nature of the atmosphere recently, it was almost very dark at 5 p.m. when we met out there. So I only got probably a couple dozen shots done, and I just edited them the other day. So they have those coming, but I hope stuff gets better soon for all of us because it's not enjoyable. And last one. This one's a weird one. So I have been getting emails from Wish.com, and I just thought it was like a fake Wish.com, like someone spoofed a Wish.com email-looking thing to steal my information. And I looked into it, and I looked at the name, and the name was R-A-K. It was Rock. I don't know what the last name was, but it was probably Chazak. I don't know. So the name was Rock, and I go and I changed the password. I did in Noah, and I changed the password on the Wish account, got in there, went to the information. Everything is sent to Russian currency. So whoever is named Rock stole my identity and my email somehow to make a Wish account, but they made no purchases on it, and I don't know what's happening. So if either of you have input, I would like to hear it. But I did close the account because that spooked me thoroughly.
Okay, I have advice for you.
Please.
Go to haveibeenpwned.com.
I've heard of it.
PWNED for those who don't know some old school memeage. And it has a box. You just type in your email address, and it can tell you every security breach you've been a part of. So for me, my current email has never been pwned, so no one in any security breach of a database has my email. But my old personal email, it's been hacked through Adobe, Club Penguin, Zynga, a family tree website that I don't remember being a part of, but it'll tell you any breaches that your email address has been a part of.
So I've actually run Ben's email through this and told him everywhere that he's been pwned. But my 2 active emails, one of them was pwned through Edmodo, which was it was like the precursor to Canvas or Schoology back in high school. Edmodo was a thing. That one got hacked through that. And then the other one just said Chegg. And I don't remember having a Chegg account either. I must have at some point, but nice job.
Textbook rental
so
service.
Nothing from Wish.
Nothing from Wish. But what this means is if your password for any of these accounts was the same as your Wish account, but you didn't have a Wish account.
No, I never made. That's the confusing thing. Is someone made a Wish account under my email with their password, and I don't know what they would get out of that because my email is very secure. Like you have to have my cell phone and push the number that shows up on the screen corresponding to what Gmail says. I mean, not Gmail. I definitely don't use Gmail to log into MSN to see what it's to get in.
I've been pwned 6 times.
Yeah, Ben, you've been pwned a lot. I'm looking at you right now.
If you'd like to look up Ben's email, it's no.
Let's see. Animoto, Chegg, Dubsmash, Exact. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is either. And Zynga?
That was a gaming thing.
Oh, that's Words with Friends.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
But one of them, the one I don't even know what it is, it's like they got credit card status information, dates of birth, education levels, email addresses, ethnicities, family structure, financial investments, gender, home ownership, income levels, IP addresses, marital status, names, net worth, occupations, personal interests, phone numbers, physical addresses, religions, and spoken languages.
Whoa.
That's like
Which,
just a couple things.
That's just a couple things. If anyone wants to know that information, just shoot me a text message. I mean...
Or just listen to the podcast. I think you've revealed most of that.
Yeah,
right now.
let's see. Credit status, Credit status, I don't have any
Zero.
credit. My date of birth, sometime in July. Education levels, I have a bachelor's degree. My email, what's the podcast's email? Do we have an email?
Noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
We don't have an email.
Oh, okay. Contact us page.
Oh, yeah, the contact us page. Michael, I'll say I have been hacked. I got hacked really bad about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago. And I was talking about this last night when you guys were over, but it will mess you up. However they got access to my account, they got access to one of my accounts, and most of my passwords were the same, and it wasn't a very secure password. So they were able to use that password and try it on Gmail and Amazon.
Yep.
So they got into all of my Gmail accounts, my bank account, my PayPal account, my Amazon account. They started ordering things to my house. They ordered like toddler pants just to my home address, which was really, really creepy. And then they changed all my email passwords, so I couldn't get into any of my emails, and I had to like get in touch with Google, which is not easy to do.
No.
And get access back. So my PSA last week, it was get your ear rock crystals back in your ear. This week, my PSA is get a password manager like LastPass or 1Password. Make all of your passwords very hard to guess. You can even use dice rules. There's a dice password system to come up with really secure passwords. Make all of your passwords different. Put them all in LastPass. Have a really, really secure, very long master password on LastPass, and you will be saved.
This episode brought to you by LastPass. No, I use
let's get a
LastPass.
sponsor.
I really like LastPass because all of the data, that was weird, all of the data is encrypted. So even if someone would hack your LastPass with your master password, all they'll see is dots on a screen. They don't even get access to the actual text. Yeah, I use LastPass. That's how I stay safe. And that's what, sounds like an ad, really bad. I promise it's not. But that's what's reassuring is they just made a Wish account, but they had my email, but they didn't have access to my email. They just knew my email. Maybe it was random or some list somewhere. I don't know. But point being, email is safe. I'm happy about that. Close the Wish account. If someone from Russia wants to come fight me, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Let's play hockey, boy.
That's no.
That's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea. Michael, do we have any reviews and feedback from this past week?
Yes, we do. First feedback comes from LastPass. It says, thanks for the shout out on the show. We look forward to sponsoring you next episode. So that's from lastpass.com. No. Just kidding.
That's lastpass.com/noodles.
Don't go there. You might get a weird email from Wish if you do that. First review comes from Good Golly, Miss Molly, who says, this podcast is great. I save it to listen to on my long drive home after my 12-hour hospital night shifts. I forgot how to speak in the middle of that.
Yikes.
You guys keep me laughing and awake, which is both a great way to end a long night and a good way to get me home safely. Thanks for bringing more laughter into my week. Keep it up. And Miss Molly, I volunteered in an ER locally for about 40 weeks, so I worked closely with some of your kind. I did a little bit of digging and found out what you do just through Ben's Instagram. So I am familiar with people with the same two letters after their name. Is that vague enough, but not?
I don't know.
Well, I'll say, because I know this Molly too, and I just want to thank her and thank all of the emergency workers, hospital workers, any kind of first responder, anyone working in a hospital, because I know that she has to wear, last I heard, she was wearing a mask and a face shield for the entire 12-hour shift every time she goes to work, which is multiple times a week. And I know this virus has just made her job a lot more difficult. It's just not easy doing what she does anyway, and then to do it in the midst of a pandemic is much harder. So Thank you, Molly, for what you do. You are amazing.
Absolutely. All right, and last thing, this week I was out volunteering in the real world, which is interesting to be doing right now, it's always crazy, but even worse right now. And it came up that someone asked me, what is the weirdest thing you've eaten? Now, I don't really know how this conversation came up, but she went on to say, I totally forgot. No. She didn't say balut, which is the weird, like it's an actual chicken and egg, but it was something else. What's the rotten cabbage thing? Kimchi?
Coleslaw?
No, is it kimchi?
Oh, yeah. Kimchi.
Yes. She said that is the weirdest thing she's ever eaten. And it made me think. And the weirdest thing I ever ate was for English 10, I wrote a paper about sriracha. And there was a survey portion. And I put sriracha on a piece of dog food. And I ate it. And that's the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. And it was terrible. But that was the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. And I want to...
Wasn't that research paper, does sriracha make everything better?
It was about how can we use sriracha to help malnourished countries. Because you can just dump it on anything and make stuff better.
Yeah,
but
that's basically what I said.
But that wasn't what the paper was titled. Regardless, I wanted to go around the metaphorical room and ask you guys, what is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
The weirdest thing I've ever eaten. I mean, I've had alligator jerky. I've eaten some real good gizzard before. Shoot, dang. I mean,
is alligator jerky really tough?
Yeah. It is actually.
Is it good?
Yeah, it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Shark is always good, but I think aside from that horrible concoction of French vanilla creamer, soy milk, and Lucky Charms, which I knew that's where this was going to head anyway.
It's right there. Do you see it?
Yeah. Goodness. Oh, I don't know.
You could rock the gizzard. I bet that's a show name first, but second, I think
rock the gizzard.
Rock the gizzard.
I think, yeah, that's something I haven't had, and I think people would think that's weird. So I would take it.
I've eaten gizzard. It's super good.
Noah, what is the weirdest thing you've eaten?
So I actually have had multiple kinds of kimchi. Jesse and I went and met with some friends who are from Korea a few months ago, and they had like different kinds of kimchi laid out for us to try, and they made us like an authentic Korean barbecue, and that was awesome. So that wasn't weird. That was just really awesome. And kimchi, when done right, is actually really good. I didn't believe it either, but it actually is really good. The weirdest thing I've ever eaten is at a sushi place nearby. It's kind of it's not so much a traditional sushi place as much as it is like a college town sushi place. And they pride themselves on having some kind of weird combinations and some weird different things. So one time my friend and I went and we decided to try the baby octopus rolls. And it really is just like a whole baby octopus wrapped in rice. So it's like a circle of rice and seaweed, and then they put like the octopus head in the middle with the legs coming out the top. All the little octopus legs, and it's weird. It looks weird. I mean, you're just eating a whole raw octopus, and the tentacles kind of stick to your tongue, or like the suction cups on the tentacle, they kind of stick on your tongue, just like that. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And the only way to eat it is just to dip it in some soy sauce and just eat it whole, because you don't want to have to think too hard about it.
Just knock it back like the nerd shots. Just get that thing out of there.
And that's another thing they do. I haven't done this, but you can actually get shots of different kinds of alcohol with octopus legs in them. I have not had that, but yeah.
People do weird things.
So I haven't done the shots, but I have eaten a whole baby octopus, and I felt bad about it. I felt weird. It was not that great.
I thought of another answer for me.
Yes.
Well, actually two. From Japan, my dad once brought home a corn dog, but apparently Japanese corn dogs is just a hot dog with corn in it. And yeah, it was gross. And then from China, a friend of mine brought home chicken legs, or chicken's feet, not like chicken tenders or anything, but it was like an actual chicken's foot that you just ate what little amount of meat there is on a chicken's foot off of. And those were interesting. They were very spicy. I'm not saying that chicken's feet are naturally spicy. That's just that they had spices added to them. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Are chickens' feet naturally spicy?
We have chickens, and I've never licked their feet, so I couldn't tell you.
Are they like
All right,
radishes?
Michael will report back next week.
That's a terrible idea. Well, all very weird foods. If you have a weird food, you in the fourth chair, you can email us through the website or go to SpeakPipe on the website. And you do that by going to noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
Scrolling all the way down. I forget I always have an echo. So you scroll all the way down on that page, hit contact us. The contact form is there. The SpeakPipe is there for you to leave a voicemail for us. And you can even read biographies about each of us. We have an about page now. Just a reminder also.
I wrote all of them. Yeah.
Yes, Ben did.
I wrote all of the about us pages.
So if you have a complaint.
Noah's done some hard work recently to clarify that our show is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. I forget what the other one was, but also by RSS feed. So wherever podcasts are sold, you can grab this podcast for ease of listening.
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and just an RSS feed for you old-fashioned people out there. And I'll also mention that if you do a little bit of perusing on our website, you will find a secret. There is a secret game you can play somewhere on the website.
Keep it there. Yeah. Shh.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, a secret game that I asked to be put on the website as a joke, and then Noah's like, hey, do this. And all of a sudden that game was there. I was like, oh, shoot.
I aim to please.
He does. Noah does far more work than he really should on our website, and we are very thankful for it.
All right. Are we ready for games?
I guess.
What games do we have, Michael?
I'm starting with the games. I don't know what games you guys have, even though I do, but we're starting with Lost in Translation, stealing another game from Noah. And this is Song Lyric Edition, guys. This is it. So this game was originally created by Noah's wife, and then Noah stole it or something. I listened back to the show. I still don't get it. But here's how this game will work. I took 5 songs. We might cut that down depending on time. And I put the lyrics into Google Translate. And I went through a whole recipe of languages. The ones on my screen are actually incorrect because I did even worse. And your guys' job, you two, is to tell me the title of the song that the lyrics came from that are poorly translated. And to save on time, I won't be providing the original lyrics of the song. You in the fourth chair can look that up on your own time. But both contestants, I'm going to have you guys... I was trying to think, probably in the Google Doc somewhere. I'm going to have you type your answer at the same time, because otherwise you two could probably cheat off each other really easily, because song lyrics are pretty distinct. So however you'd like to do that, I'll give a countdown, like a 3, 2, 1. You guys type your answer, and then I'll read them off.
I have a pad of paper right
If you have a pad of paper, even better.
Yeah, that works. I'll write down my answer.
Okay, sweet. All right, round 1. So just to clarify, this is the original song lyrics put through a moppage, if you will, of translations and then back to English. All right, song 1, here we go. I know you like me. I love the top. Tell me, mother, are you going to stop? You got me. Judas smiled on his lips. I shook my fist and hit the tree. We stay bad, good.
All right, I know it. I have my answer.
Do you guys already write it down? 3, 2, 1, go.
Baby by Justin
Bieber.
Oh, nice. Not close, but... so the song is Bad Case of Loving You by Robert Palmer. So, Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. But this comes from, I think, like the second or third verse. So
wow.
I don't think I'm awarding points for that.
Yeah, how could you?
That was funny, though. It was close. The Justin Bieber, I could see where you guys got
line.
that.
That's what I was going to say.
Close.
I think it was the top.
We both stopped listening after the first line.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't remember any like lyrics from Baby or from what Michael was saying, and I was just like, "Yeah, it's Baby. I'm checked out."
All right, second one. This one you guys might not know. That's okay.
Oh no,
we'll see.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't really know the other one. Okay,
me neither.
All right, here we go. If I do it, I will. He sees me turn around. When I signal to a friend, Rabbi Vol will play solo.
Can you read it again?
If I do it, I will. He sees me turn around. When I send a signal to my friend, Rabbi Vol will play solo.
Okay, I got it.
I'm just putting a song down.
Okay.
Ready.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Sister Christian by the Night Rangers.
Ooh. I just put More Than a Feeling by Boston because it was the first song that popped into my head.
Not quite. So this one comes from They Might Be Giants. This is Dr. Worm.
They call me Dr. Worm.
Oh, I do know that song.
Man, we stand pointless in Seattle. On to song 3. This one, I believe, will have double points coming our way. All right, song 3. Buddy, you young man, stubborn man, shouting in the streets, taking the world one day. Your face is full of blood. You are so ashamed. Flags flying all over the place. We will applaud you. We will sing it. We will stone you. Yes.
I know it. I super know it.
Yeah.
And 3, 2, 1.
We will rock you by
Double
Queen.
points. Nice. Almost perfectly in sync.
We will stone you. I like
We
that.
will stone you. Your face is full of blood.
I would love, that's like my dream musical is it's like early church story, but set to like pop 80s music, and like all these Pharisees come out and they start singing "We Will Stone You" at the stoning of Stephen.
Yikes. Poor Stephen.
And not
Anyway.
Noah's coworker either. Number 4. This one, you guys may not know. I hope you do. All right. Come back and talk. I have so much to say. You know, I like them a little older. I want to write your love tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, I got it.
I know
In
it.
fairness, I Googled it. I just Googled the lyric because I couldn't remember what
What?
it was called, and it was what I thought it was called.
Okay. But if I get this right without having to Google anything, I feel like I should get a point. No,
Half
shouldn't.
point. Half
Okay.
point. Half point more.
Okay.
For the lack of use of resources, I guess. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's hear it.
Tonight by the
I don't want to
Outfield.
lose your love tonight by the Outfield.
Okay, Ben, the title is Your Love. So neither of you got the title correct, but you both
Wait,
got
no.
the artist correct.
Mine on YouTube it says "I don't want to lose your love tonight" is the title.
Oh,
But down
do we
here
have
it
a
says Your
controversy?
Love.
I think
It's
it's,
a
actually
controversy.
I think it's actually Your Love.
I'm giving you each a point for artist correct, and then we go into the final round.
Wait, no, don't I get a half point for not using resources?
No, but your title wasn't correct.
But I didn't. But neither was Noah's, and he looked it up.
But you got the artist. I don't know. The scoring needs work in this game, clearly. We'll come back to it.
1-1.
I have 2-2 currently. We're going to rock with 2-2. Yeah, don't question it. Don't question it. Okay. Final round. This one, Ben, is a real humdinger. I know you'd appreciate that. So this one is through my language concoction and then through Shakespearean times. So good luck.
Oh wow.
And I hath lost mine own phoneth in the lake underth Batman's rideth. Something hast begun, I wanteth not to starteth. Thou art looking forth a problem, but cannot findeth in me. I regretteth yond I nay longest hast the time of day. And no, I am not that messed up in the head, but there are just single letters in Shakespearean times, apparently. All right, you guys have answers?
No, can you read it again?
I
In
heard something
English?
about Batman.
This
Yeah.
hurts my head to read, so let me try it again. And I hath lost mine own phoneth in the lake under Batman's rideth.
Oh,
Something has begun, I wanted not to starteth. Thou art looking for a problem, but cannot find it on me. And I regretteth yond I nay longeth hasn't the timeth of day. Do we have answers?
Ben, do you know?
I think Ben knows.
I might know it.
I have absolutely no idea. I'm pretty sure I don't know this song. All right, I'm ready.
Hang on, I'm writing it down.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
I Love It by Icona Pop.
No.
I just put Tom Sawyer by Rush.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is Chapped Lips, Chapstick, and Things Like Chemistry from Reliant K.
And I lost my phone in the lake beneath the burning rain. Da, 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 da.
Guys,
I
you know
don't
that song?
care.
No.
I love it.
I got into a bridge.
That's the second time that song has showed up on this podcast. Okay, well, I don't know how to score this game, clearly. I have a tie. I think we'll rock a tie. That's okay.
No, give it to me because I didn't look it up.
No, are you
Yeah,
okay
that's
with
fair.
that? Okay.
Yes.
I'm fine with
I
that.
argued my way to a win.
Ben wins somehow with a 3-2 score that we don't know how that got scored, but
I like
Congrats.
this game. I didn't know half the songs, including
Me
the
neither.
Reliant K one.
I
I didn't
will-
know.
improve. I just went with 80s rock hits, and apparently that's too vague. So
I think, okay, we've established this from that time we went bowling. You're the only one of us who knows 80s rock hits.
Yeah, that's true.
give him one of these.
Well, who's
All right.
ready to get spooky?
Spooky.
As you know, Pokemon Halloween Edition just came out. Been playing a lot of that. That's been
Did
really
it
fun.
drop? Yeah, it did.
It just dropped. Michael willed it into existence by saying it existed.
And they can churn those things out quick.
Yeah, I mean it's just the same thing, I'm pretty sure. I actually neither of you guys know Pokemon very well, right?
Not at all, honestly.
Okay, neither do I. So actually next week I'm planning a Pokemon themed game, which I think is going to be really fun because none of us know Pokemon and that's what's going to make it so fun.
Yay.
None of us have any experience with it. But this week, we're playing Food Flop Funambulism Spooky Edition. So these foods are spooky. To get into the Harvest Festival theme, as we good Christians who don't celebrate Halloween would say.
Yeah.
You can't say the word Halloween. It's
No,
a
no
Harvest
Halloween.
Festival.
It's a harvest festival or a fall festival.
Or Literature Day. We did Literature Day at school because some
What?
people didn't like Halloween. So on October 30th, we all dressed up in different costumes, but they had to
As
be
a
characters from
book.
books.
It's a-
And then we'd have to bring the book and present it. So it was Literature Day, and it was not Halloween themed. And we gave each other
I could have
candy.
dressed up as Michael Jackson and shown
Yeah.
up with my Michael Jackson autobiography and talked about the tragedy of Michael Jackson. That was so beautiful when I read it.
This is in my kindergarten class, though, so that might have been kind of weird.
Okay.
Anyway, we have 3 questions, 3 fast food items that were rolled out around the Halloween season. Starting off with Baskin Robbins. I'm sure you all know it. We all love it.
Yeah, Carol Baskin founded it in, I think, 1972.
and they have 31 different flavors of her husband.
Oh, man. Okay, Baskin Robbins went all in on Halloween with this special sundae that featured a blank coming out of the ice cream. Ben, what was coming out of the ice cream?
A worm, and it was a little gummy worm.
Kind of like dirt and worms or something.
Kind of like dirt and worms, but with a ice cream worm.
Just a singular gummy worm that they
Yep.
didn't tell you about. It was just hidden in there.
No, it was coming out of it.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah,
is this supposed to be hidden? Oh, man.
No, it's coming out. You're right. Michael.
My first reaction always is a hand. So what kind of hand? We're going to think here. We're going to think that it's a gummy because it has to be edible, right? A gummy hand. Severed, of course.
A severed gummy hand. All right. The answer is Baskin Robbins went all in on Halloween with this special sundae that featured a bloody zombie hand coming out of the ice cream.
Wow.
Michael,
Man.
well done. I can't tell if it's gummy or if it's like a plastic thing. I'm going to send you guys a picture, but it is just like this bloody, grotesque zombie hand
Yeah.
coming
That does
out
not
of
look
a
bad. That
bowl of
looks
ice
great.
cream.
I would
Not
eat
sure
that.
if it's edible or not, but I'm going to give the point.
Sorry,
to Michael.
are those Reese's cups?
Oh, there are Reese's cups in it.
I'm
I
in,
think.
and I will take your point, and you can buy me one of those tomorrow.
All right, we'll go to Baskin Robbins and ask. We'll show them a picture and say, "Hey, can you make it look like this?" All right, point goes to Michael. Remember when we were all going to storm Area 51 last year?
Oh, I did.
Good times. Good times. You did storm Area 51?
Yeah, it was great.
Well, this Arby's menu item was created specifically for the event and was described only as Purple Cow meets a Sour Patch Kid. Michael, what was this menu item? Purple Cow meets a Sour Patch Kid.
That's not giving me a whole lot to go with, but I do know of... Oh, poop. I'm going to get the brand wrong. Is it Milkita? I don't want to Google things because I'm not a cheater like Noah, but I think Milkita is the brand of German milk chocolates, and it has Purple Cow, I believe, on it. So Purple Cow meets Sour Patch Kid. It's sour chocolate, man. That's it. It's a sour chocolatey dessert. Do you need more specific than that?
Sour chocolatey dessert. No, I'll take that.
Okay, cool.
Sour chocolatey dessert. All right. And Ben, what do you think?
I think it is a dessert item, but I think it's a milkshake that's purple, a purple milkshake that has some sour, like, alien candies in it because, like Area 51.
It's got those sour aliens. All right, both excellent guesses, both things I'd be excited to eat. And the answer is the Galaxy Shake. Purple Cow meets a Sour Patch Kid. It is a blue, sweet milkshake base that turns pink and turns tart as you drink or stir it, and it's topped with a fruit crunch. I'm sending you guys a picture of that as well. It kind of looks like that unicorn frap thing that Starbucks had a while back. It's got blue and pink and purple in it, and it's got gummy worms on top. It just looks
Why does
absolutely
the fruit
hideous.
crunch look like a carrot?
It does kind of.
There's something in the front right there that looks like a carrot. That's weird.
It really does. All right. Well, point goes to Ben for correctly guessing it was a milkshake. You guys have been right on with these. So we're going to go to Burger King for our final course of the day. We've seen fast food companies try to mess with the color of the bun. Remember, we had blue buns and taco shells and black buns, all kinds of different things before. This fast food menu item, created by Burger King, featured a burger on a green bun, and it allegedly gave you more blank.
Oh, man. The only thing I can think of is fun. It gives you more fun. No, that's not it. It gives you more bad-smelling farts.
I mean, it is a green bun. You're putting it in your body. Seems kind of weird. All right, green farts. Michael.
No, not
what
green
do you think?
farts. Bad-smelling farts.
Or bad. Sorry.
That'd be impressive.
Just this green cloud. Sorry, I'm misquoting you, Ben. Michael, you've had some time to think this over. What do you think?
Yeah, I've got nothing. Courage. I have no idea. I have no idea. We're going with courage.
It is kind of a weird question. All right, did it give you more farts or did it give you more courage? This fast food menu item created by Burger King featured a burger on a green bun and allegedly gave you more nightmares. It was the Nightmare King burger. I'm sending a picture as well with this black bun. Burger King claimed in its advertising.
What is that?
Sorry, it's a green bun, actually. Burger King claimed in its advertising if you ate the Nightmare Burger, you would be prone to having more nightmares. And studies still haven't come back yet on whether that claim was true or not, but we'll never find out because they're probably never going to serve it again. So, Ben says fun. Michael says
I didn't.
courage.
I said farts.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a politician? You keep misconstruing what Ben said. He has an agenda, Ben.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
farts
gosh.
or courage? I'll let you both make a case. Ben, what's your case for farts equaling nightmare?
Well, as you know, the average American does most of their farting at night. And I know that when I get scared, I get gas. So, nightmares, if I had more nightmares and I fart at night, having a nightmare would probably cause me to fart more at night.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Michael?
Do you want to be afraid for the rest of your life? If you do, then don't eat this burger. But if you want to have nightmares that breed resilience, that breeds courage, step up, go to Burger King, get this nasty looking thing, eat it, have a nightmare, wake up in the morning and go, oh my gosh, that was terrifying. But guess what? I'm going to do it again because I have courage. I have willpower. I have the spirit of life flowing out of me, a river of life even. I don't know the words. And I am going to dominate this burger because it is growing my courage.
You could make the case that just by eating this burger, you possess courage because the burger really does look that nasty. I think I'm going to have to give it to Michael.
Dang it.
Thank you.
Michael, you are the winner of this week's Food Flop Funambulism. Thank you both for playing.
Oh, you're so welcome. But it's that time of the show again. It is time for Florida Man. That's right. It's everyone's favorite game, which makes fun of a state in our union because it's easy. So, this week in Florida Man, we're going to get things started right off on October 17th of 2020. That's right, just a few short days ago. Florida woman repeatedly tells cops her name is blank. What did this Florida woman repeatedly tell cops her name was, Michael?
Oh, I was just drinking water.
Okay. What did this Florida woman repeatedly tell cops her name was?
Well, if he gets to drink water, I'm drinking my coffee.
Rosie the Riveter. Because you called on me really fast, and I was still digesting my water, okay?
Rosie the Riveter. Riveting. Noah, what did this Florida woman repeatedly tell cops her name was?
Kim Possible.
Kim Possible. Well, I hate to break it to you, neither of you are really close, because this Florida woman repeatedly tells cops her name is My Butt Just Farted. She was refusing to leave a gas station, and she was eventually charged with trespassing and providing a false name to law enforcement. Law enforcement. The law.
Where are you from?
I have no idea where I'm from this episode. The cops believe she may have been under the influence of bean burrito. Yeah. So as far as Kim Possible or Rosie the Riveter is more closely to My Butt Just Farted. Oh, gosh. I don't know. Argue your case.
All right. So, Kim Possible. I saw the show once, I think. I think they had some fart humor in that show. So, the kind of people that would watch Kim Possible would also make fart jokes.
All right. Kim Possible fart jokes. Michael?
Do you really want a naked mole rat to win this round of this game? Absolutely not. So this is why I'm here to disparage Kim Possible. No, I'm kidding. But Rosie the Riveter. So farts are loud sounds sometimes. You know what else is a loud sound? Riveting. Riveting is a loud sound. I rest my case.
All right, I'll give it to Michael.
What?
I love naked mole rats. No offense.
Naked mole rats. All right, October 20th, 2016, Florida man surprised by blank while driving. Noah, what surprised this Florida man while he was driving?
Sign spinner on the side of the road. This guy was waving a sign that said, "Free hugs."
Free
and
hugs.
The guy was so thrown off because he was lonely. He hadn't hugged anybody since before the pandemic. And he got so sad, he got distracted and drove off the road.
Aw, that had a sad ending. All right. Michael, what surprised this Florida man while he was driving?
I need you to read the question again, please.
Florida man surprised by blank while driving.
Michael, do you want to say what you were distracted with and why you didn't hear the question?
No, because I was going to cut that out. Well, I was looking for a picture of Kim Possible's naked mole rat named Rufus.
And he found one.
That's it. And I found it.
And he sent it
I
to
couldn't
us.
remember the name. I've seen the show like twice, maybe 3 times.
Rufus.
Distracted by what? Distracted by what? Things that are distracting, bright colors, needing to go use the restroom while you're driving, people.
It's not distracted. It was surprised.
Oh, surprised. Even better. The same things apply. Oh, man. What's more Florida? We've done alligators 100 times, but it never gets old. So I'm going to say an alligator doing a cartwheel.
Ooh, cartwheel and alligators.
Yeah, it's just that amount of surprise.
Well, on October 20th, 2016, a Florida man was surprised by a snake while driving. The snake slithered through his engine and on top of his hood of the Florida man's car. His response to the situation was to close his air vents in case it decided to go that route. Which there are many more things I would have done if a snake just emerged from my car than just close the air vents. Like
Close the air vents.
buy a new car. All right, so I'm going to give that one. I got to give it also to Michael for alligator doing a cartwheel, because that's pretty close to a snake, I would imagine. So we're going to go into this last round 2-0. So this last round is going to be worth 500 million thousand points.
Yes, chance to come back.
1,000 points. All right, on October 21st, 2018, shot for shot, Florida man shot in foot after refusing to blank. What did this Florida man refuse to do? Michael? Noah? Who is it?
I think it's me.
Michael.
Everyone's seen those old country western films where the guy comes into the saloon, says, "Dance, boy," and shoots at his feet, right? Everyone's seen that. This Florida man was at the saloon, and he would not dance. So he got shot in the foot. It's that easy.
Wow, that is pretty easy. Noah. Shot for shot, Florida man shot in foot after refusing to what?
Move his car. I think he kind of parked his car over the line, and some big trucker was trying to pull into the space next to him in his big Dodge Ram 2500. And the guy was like, "No, I'm not going to move my car. My car lives here now." And he got shot.
What are you saying about truck drivers? You saying they all just carry around guns and shoot people?
In my imagination, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Same. Well, on October 21st, 2018, shot for shot, Florida man shot in foot after refusing to take a shot of alcohol. So, I mean, it was kind of right there in the title of the shot for shot part. I don't have any other information on the story, actually, but I would assume it was in a saloon in some way, shape, or form.
Where truckers hang out.
Or where Michael said this happened. Specifically. So I feel I'm going to have to give it to Michael for the clean sweep, who wins 115 million thousand and 2-0.
I'm honored.
Congratulations, Michael. Michael, did you win like every game?
Except mine, yeah.
Except yours? Gee, dang. You get Dennis Quaid. I will bring him to your house.
Oh, thanks. Yay.
You're welcome. You get our signed. It is actually displayed in my room, I might add.
Really?
Yeah, I'll have to show you guys. But does anyone have anything else? Michael, do you have a speech after thoroughly destroying the competition this week?
I just want this to be a time of inclusion instead of divisiveness. I just want to say, even though I dominated everyone here, that we're all friends. We all go to Noah's house. We all wear our masks. We all stay away from each other. We all try to make music, if you can call it that. We all play games and laugh until way too late in the night. And now this morning, my voice is still really tired from laughing so much last night. We're all friends here.
I'm still hungover from those nerds.
We did do nerd shots.
I can't totally edit that manipulatively. And if you would like to be a friend of the show, head over to noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
There's my echo. Go to contact, leave us an email, drop us a voicemail. We want to hear from you. Tell us something nice. Check out our Instagram where Ben posts fun things. I think Ben's mostly the moderator of that page.
Tell us what's the weirdest thing you've eaten.
Yeah, what's the weirdest thing you've eaten?
That's the end of my speech.
That's the end of the speech. Sounds good. Well, Michael, congratulations on being the winner this week. Noah, I'm sorry that I beat you in that one game.
I forgive you.
It just had to happen.
Don't let it happen again.
But it's okay. I think you're a winner too, Noah. But you know who the real winner is? All of our listeners, because you're all winners. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. Have fun. Do awesome stuff. And yeah, you will hear from us in a week.